What's happening? I'm N64 Josh, and I want to show you guys how you can get creative with the photography within this game by using the zoom and moving your character out of the, out of the frame. So let's go ahead. I want to do some shots with my wishing well here. Okay, so we're gonna pull the camera out. I'm gonna get out of the picture here. Now we get to frame our shots. So let's zoom in a little bit. Look at everything that's in this picture. Also, pay attention to the time of day. It's 5 o'clock here, which means it's the golden hour. All right. Now we're gonna mess with a couple settings. Let's see. There's what sharp looks like. It's a little bit washed out. There's pop. Ooh, I kind of like that. The colors are a little bit oversaturated, and there's definitely some yellows coming through with the greens. But let's keep going. Soft is nice. Let's take one of soft. Okay, there's soft. Now keep in mind, you know how I walked my character off screen? That doesn't show up in these pictures, so you don't have to worry about that. Maybe I wanna bring that lantern in and that rock into the photo a little bit. We're gonna keep going. Dramatic is very high contrast, so it kind of looks cool. Let's see here. I'm gonna keep going. Film. I definitely like the film look. All right, so let's go ahead and take this shot also. So there you go. There's a couple ways to just kind of get creative. Moving the camera around. I can get the top of the lantern, the whole lantern. I like the way the rock looks. I'm getting more of that tree. The well looks very cool and kind of eerie, and I'm loving the colors with the golden hour. And I'm only seeing a little bit of that handrail now, that rope handrail. So move around with the D-pad. And have some fun. I want to keep a little bit of it just because I'm catching a little bit of that bench over on the side, a little bit of the handrail. The flower is right there in the photo. We're gonna go ahead and snap this shot also, and you guys will be able to check these out over on my Instagram, and I might even do some edits after the fact. So here's a black and white shot, which also looks cool. All right, antique. And then back to normal. And I'm going to do one normal shot like this so I can have some fun editing myself. So let's cancel out of this and let's head over to my star shrine. Okay, I'm going to get as close as I can with the character. I'm going to pull the camera out. I'm going to walk him off out of the scene. Drop the camera down. Zoom in a little bit here. Move it over. And now see, I'm not really loving this shot, right? There's not a whole lot going on here. So let's work with the camera angles a little bit. Oh, there we go. Back it up. Maybe move it over. Showcase a little more of that tree and that bench. You got the waterfalls. You got the stones. You got a little bit of the flowers. I like this shot. Let's you can see the clouds going over, changing the light, right? Now it's real bright. Let's go over to that film setting. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. I really like. There's a little bit of grain. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take that shot. I want to get another normal shot too now that it's a little brighter. And let's look at the soft shot again as well. It is pretty soft. It's a little too soft for my taste. But again, it's gonna boil down to your taste. Maybe you like the real high contrast of dramatic. Okay, so these areas that I've created, like, I wanted to be able to showcase some of these items and be able to take some photos. And so when it comes to your designing, it's another element that you can add. You can kind of just throw into your into the back burner of your mind when you're designing stuff. Like, how will this look in a photograph, right? Now let's say I want to just kind of really focus on some of these falls here, and I like this tree. I like the bench. If I move forward, we even get a little bit of that suspension bridge, but I want to focus a little more on this tree and the bench here. I want to get a little bit of the lantern, but I still want to keep a little bit of those windflowers in. So we're kind of just centering this tree up about right here. Okay, so let's get the camera app out. Let's walk out of the shot here. Okay, let's lower the camera. We're gonna zoom in just a little bit. There we go. There's a nice shot right there. I really, really like that. You've got the different flowers just kind of they're just showing up a little bit. I love seeing the weeds in these shots. They're also kind of cool. So let's go ahead and take a normal shot. All right, now one thing I want to try to do is I'm going to come back a little bit more because I don't want the top of that tree cut off. It also gives us a little more umbrella. You're seeing a little bit of that barbed wire fence in the shot. There's a lot here. There's a lot here. So, and as you can see, I've moved with the D-pad just a little bit. I take that back. I moved with the D-pad all the way to the right so that the tree is not really centered. It's off-centered just a little bit here. You got a little bit of that hand railing. I really like this shot. We're going to go ahead and take it, and then I'm going to go ahead and move into the film shot as well. There we go. So we get the waterfalls, we get the trees. There's so much going on here. How about this shot right here? Let's get a little bit of this well, a little bit of these tulips, these pansies, these trees. There's some great waterfalls in the background. Let's get the character out, and let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here. So there's a lot of that tree. So the question is, what's the main focal point of our shot? Now, I really like I like the way this shot is laid out. Moving to the right, and there we get the butterfly. Let's get it. Let's get that shot. There we go. Get the butterfly in the shot as well. Oh, and there it goes. It took off. But not before we were able to get it. But you can see there's a lot of character to this area with the fences, the bushes that are blooming, the flowers, the stone path, the rock behind, right? And let's change our camera. We can move it up. You can see more of the well, the top of the tree. Kind of a cool shot also. But I love these low shots, kind of looking up at the scenery, right? In this shot, we've kind of used the trees to frame the seat there, right? So now we're using the nature as a kind of a natural frame, and if we zoom in a little more, I'm really liking the way this shot is turning out. You've got the waterfalls in the background, and you just get to see me there sitting on the stool. But there's life to this photo, right? You see, your eye is drawn to where I'm sitting, but you also there's interesting things going on. The waterfalls, the bushes, the flowers, the trees, the stone path. So work on creating areas that are going to be fun to photograph, right? There's a pretty powerful tool within this game to take these photographs, post them on your Twitter. And here's the thing. If you're like, man, I don't want all these going on my Twitter all the time, set up your Facebook account with a private photo album that you can post all these photos to, and then you can take them off, edit them, put them on your Instagram, share them with Reddit, share them in different groups, because there's a lot of people that are really, really stoked about this game, and the photography aspect is so cool. So take full advantage of it and have some fun. And I'm even working on some presets for like Lightroom on mobile, so that you can edit these things so that they look ridiculous. All right, make sure to head over to my Instagram.com/N64Josh if you want to see some of these photos that I just took. Thank you so much for watching. You got any questions or comments? We'll do more videos on the photography in this game very soon. Let me know down below, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye now.